Welcome back to another episode of Addicted to Quitting, where we are focusing on quitting the habits that are no longer serving us so we can elevate your health, your habits, and your happiness. It has been a minute since I have released an episode, and I just want to apologize. A couple things have changed since my last episode. One, my hair is dark. We went back to the natural roots. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you get to see all natural. Well, not all natural. We still have some highlights in here. If you've already been following along on my Instagram, you already know that I darkened my hair. What else is new, guys? We have a new year has started. I haven't posted an episode since 2024. We've switched rooms around in my house. So all personal things that are happening. We have a new boot camp coming up for people that are ready to make changes in their life. They're ready for a fresh start. And so we're going to do a healthy habit boot camp. It's going to be a 90-day boot camp, and we're going to focus heavily on relationships in this boot camp. So we're going to focus on being healthy and having those healthy habits, but also how we can have better relationships with self and better relationships with our loved ones, so that we can have the most success in our life. And today's topic is something that I am excited to talk about. So if you guys know a little friend of mine, she's not really my friend yet, but she will be someday, and I'm speaking this into the universe. Mel Robbins. She is one of my favorites. One, I love her journey. So her journey, if you guys haven't followed along or if you haven't listened to her podcast, one, make sure you're following Mel Robbins. Two, make sure you're listening to her podcast. It's one of the fastest growing podcasts like ever. But she has a book. One of her books is about habits. So obviously I love her because she talks about habits, and we talk about habits here. But her most recent book is called Let Them. And something that I really love about Mel Robbins is her journey started later in life. Much like moi, she did it after she had kids. She talked about in the book that they were not in a great place financially. They did all these things, but she knew what she wanted and she went for it. And look where she's at now. She is just millions and millions of followers, helping so many people across the world. This book, if you have not heard of the Let Them theory, if you've not heard of this book yet, like, where have you been? Because it's literally everywhere I turn, somebody is talking about the Let Them theory. They're talking about this book. And so, I want to talk about it too, but I want to talk about the second part of the Let Them theory. And this is the era that I am in right now. This is called the Let Me era. So I actually feel like, and she's talked about the Let Them theory on her podcast. She's talked about it on her Instagram for a couple years now. So I've already kind of heard her talk about let them do this, let them do that, as she was building the research for this book. But the second part of the Let Them theory is the Let Me. See, I am super comfortable with Let Them. I am confident. I am secure. I am happy in my skin for the most part, right? Like, you want to do that, I'll let you. You want to treat me this way, I'll let you. When it comes to co-parenting, I know a lot of people follow me for co-parenting, and life after divorce and those types of things. And so somebody commented actually on my page just recently. They're like, how do you handle when your ex-husband does things like the situation that the girls asked me about was that they had made an agreement that they weren't going to introduce new partners to their kids until a certain amount of time. And her ex-partner did not respect this kind of rule that they had set. And I was like, let them. Like, who cares? You can't control them. When you decided to get divorced, you forfeited, there you go, that's the word I'm looking for. You forfeited your right to dictate and micromanage their lives. They get to parent how they want to parent. They get to make their own decisions in their household. Guess what? That child is half yours and half theirs. It's not your child that you get to control everything for. And that's really, really hard for a lot of parents to kind of wrap their mind around. It's like, well, this is what's healthier. This is what's better. They shouldn't have all the sugar. They shouldn't stay up this late. They shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do that. Maybe not, but you don't get to dictate that. You don't get to control that. You can suggest things. You can have conversations. That's the let me part, right? Like, we can have conversations about this. I can control what my kids are like when they're at my house. I can make sure they're not having sugar. I can make sure that they're not having these late nights. I can make sure that they're doing their homework, but I cannot control somebody else. And I have already gotten really comfortable with this let them. Like, You want to talk bad about me? I'll let you. You want to not be my friend? I'll let you. You want to tell me that 2 + 2 = 7? I'll let you. I have no problem with that. But the second part of this theory is where I was like, man, I really need to step up my let me. I really need to step up my let me, because I was letting people, I'll let you, I'll let you, I'll let you. You want to disrespect me? I'll let you. But I wasn't actually doing the things to stand up for myself after that. So it's not necessarily that it was affecting me personally, because I did feel like, I'm like, I'll let you go say whatever. But then I wasn't removing myself from certain situations, or I wasn't having the follow-up conversation saying like, hey, I thought we kind of talked about this. I was just kind of like, I'm going to let them do what they're going to do, but I'm not going to do my part. I'm not going to prepare my part, right? So the most important part of this let them theory that she talks about in the book, which again, listen to the book, read the book. The book is super, super long. I listened to it. It took me about 2 weeks during workouts. I pretty much listened to it every single workout, except for a couple workouts where I was working out with other friends. So when I was working out alone, I listened to this book, and it took me about 2 weeks. And I was working out pretty consistently that 2 weeks. I think I don't even know how many hours it is. It's very, very long. I want to listen to it again though, because there is so much information as I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh, I wish I would have wrote that down, or oh, I wish I would have made a note of that, or oh, I wish I had the book so I could highlight it. So if you are an Audible booker or whatever, maybe also order the book so that you can highlight things and bookmark things. I don't know. I always say I'm going to do that. I'm going to be honest. I always say I'm going to do that, and then I never actually do it. I just listen to the book again. But I feel like it would be a really, really good tool if we notated some of these things. And also, they just like to be able to read it, hear it, see it all at the same time. It's just like every time you do something like where you talk, you speak it, you see it, you listen to it, you repeat it. It's just different medias for your brain to like really soak it in. But again, I say I'm going to do that. I don't always do that. But if you are more disciplined with me when it comes to reading, get the Audible, or do the Audible and the book. And I also don't have enough time. I got to be honest, you guys. I don't have enough time to actually sit and read the book or read through it as I'm listening to the book. Like, I am in the queen of trying to do multiple things at once. Like right now I'm recording this podcast where I got laundry running over here. I got a dishwasher going upstairs, which is just normal things. But I'm like, what can I get done all at once? So that I can get as much done and be so efficient. So driving in the car, I listen to books. Working out, I'm going to work out anyways. Why not pair it? Habit stack. We're going to call it habit stacking. If anybody that's been in my programs or listened to any habit book, they talk about habit stacking. I stack my habits. I want to listen to books. I want to learn. I want to get better. I want to grow as an individual, but I'm going to get my workout done. So let's just stack them together. Anyways, I digress. The book is amazing. Something I really love though is that let me. So I wanted to give you guys 3 practical tips to start letting me, having that idea that like, it's not just let them. Don't just let them do things. Let me take action in my life. So 1, pre-plan your habits and non-negotiables. Pre-plan your habits and non-negotiables. So instead of waiting for approval, instead of waiting for other people to be doing things with you, or instead of waiting for them to respect your boundaries or whatever it might be, waiting for somebody to say it's okay to go and be healthy, or go on a hike, or waiting for somebody to invite you to go on a hike, like plan your habits and your non-negotiables. What do you want for your life? What do you want? What goals do you have? What kind of healthy lifestyles do you want to live in? What kind of success do you want to have with work? What kind of relationships do you want to have? Instead of waiting for them, pre-plan how you're going to attack these things. Pre-plan how you're going to be healthier. Pre-plan how you're going to show up for your partner. Pre-plan how you're going to show up for your business this week. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. This is where the let me take action in my life. Instead of just letting the person that is crushing it in the dream job that you want to have, instead of just letting them crush it as you just sit back in the corner and being like, well, I'm just going to let them be. I don't know how to be that. I'm going to learn how to be that. I'm going to figure out what I want to be and how I want to be there and what my non-negotiables are. And I'm going to learn how to be that. Instead of just letting them, like, we don't want to be so content all the time. I feel like what happened with me in the let them theory is I started to become very content. It was just like, let them, let that person do. And because I kind of used to struggle with jealousy. I'm going to be honest. I used to struggle with jealousy, watching my friends be successful at the things I was working on, and I wasn't hitting the same marks. And I'd be like, I got 4 kids, I'm single, I got these obstacles, right? Like, I'm making all these excuses of why I'm not where they are. Instead, I was just like, let them. I'm gonna be excited for them. I'm gonna be proud of them. I'm gonna let them. But then I wasn't letting me. Then I wasn't saying, okay, I can still want what they have. I could still want to get farther along in my business. I could still want to get farther along in my health. And instead of just being like, I'm going to let them by being excited for them and proud of them and all that, I'm going to figure out how to work towards my goals. So pre-plan your life. Figure out what you want. Figure out what it's going to take to get it, and take action. Let me take action in my life. Quit waiting for other people to invite me along on their journey. Quit waiting for the right time that aligns with whatever somebody else's right time was. No. Let them succeed. Let them be them. Let them be where they're at. And then let me work on my goals and what I need to do to get where I want to go. So that is number 1. Pre-plan your life. Like, figure out your non-negotiables, make a plan, and take action. Number 2, quit waiting for permission and just start. Quit waiting for permission and just start. Like, many people hesitate because they fear, like, the judgment, right? Like, well, my sister doesn't like what I do. My mom is embarrassed by what I do. My spouse thinks it's weird that this is what my goal is. My cousin that I never talk to but follows me on Facebook and I know is constantly stalking my stuff is going to have judgment by the fact that I'm sharing about this obstacle that I have, or that I'm sharing about this dream that I have. And so I'm just going to, like, wait for them to hop on board with what I'm doing before I take action. So before, the last one we're talking about is like people that are moving ahead of you that you're proud of and you want to be proud of, but you're now letting it hold you back because you're not where they're at. This is the opposite. This is people that are behind you. These are people that are behind you that don't get what you're doing or why you're doing it, that don't understand why you want to get sober. They don't understand why alcohol took over your life and why they can still drink normally. And they don't understand why you feel this way about alcohol. They don't understand why you don't think it's fun to party on the weekends. They don't understand. They don't get it. And they might not ever get it. Let them choose that lifestyle. And then let you make the permission, take initiative, and just start moving. You don't have to wait for them to come with you. You don't have to co-sign their bullshit. They don't have to co-sign your bullshit. You are your own individual person. Let me take action in my life. Once again, let me take action in my life. And what that means is you have to quit waiting for permission from people that don't get it. You have to quit waiting for permission from people that do not get what you're doing and why you're doing it. You have to be willing to just start. Just start moving, start going, start taking action. Let me take action without your permission. Let me take action because I know that this is what's best for me. Let me quit drinking alcohol even though my partner's not going to. And let whatever consequences come from that be what's meant to be. Because I can't control you. I can't control your decisions. I can't control what your opinions are or what your judgments are about what I'm doing. But I can control my life, and I'm going to stop waiting for approval, stop waiting for you to be free from judgment of me for doing this, and I'm going to just start. I'm going to start taking action. So I'm going to let me take action without approval. Number 3, shift from they should to I will. They should shift to I will. They should help me because I have all these kids. They should help me because I'm have too much on my plate. They should help me because they're my cousin. They should help me because they're my spouse. They should help me because they're my partner or my partner at business, or they're my employee. They should. What you're doing when you say they should is you're creating expectations for other people that are unfair. And what you should do is instead say, I will. So either I will train somebody how to help me at my job. I will train somebody, I'll train another employee to support me in the way that I need. I will communicate with them. I will tell them what I need. I'm going to communicate where we could work together. I will communicate with them how I expect to be treated. I will set the boundary. I will communicate my boundary. And whatever they decide to do is still up to them. We're not going to, they should anything anymore. They should help me. And I'm going to sit here and be woe me because nobody's helping me, even though it's really, really hard. And how do they not see how hard it is for me? And they should help me write this report at work because this is part of their job and they're not doing it. One, you're going to change that. You're going to change that to I will, okay? One, because you can't control them. And two, it's still your responsibility to try and communicate those things, right? So like they should is no longer in your vocabulary. It will be I will. I will do what I need to do to try and fix this situation, get the set the boundary, set the expectation, and I will do whatever it takes to get this project done, whether they help me or not, but I will do my best to communicate my needs, my desires, my boundaries so that I can either get them on board or I finish it without them. But they should not do anything. It is all up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. Instead of focusing on how they should be, instead of focusing on how other people should be showing up for me, it's my responsibility to communicate how I want them to show up for me, the boundaries of what I expect for them showing up for me, and then sticking to those boundaries if they don't follow through. Because at the end of the day, sitting back and waiting for people to do things the way I think that they should do them is just prolonging and wasting my potential and my opportunities in life. It's just taking me farther. It's just like just sitting. It's just sitting and you're on this bus and you're not moving. You're not going anywhere. You're just like on this bus to death. You're never getting off and collecting more resources or learning your new skills or chasing your dreams. You're just sitting on the bus waiting for death. Because you're saying, well, they should tell me that it's time to get off the bus. Well, they didn't. They didn't support you the way you wanted. They didn't help you with the project the way you wanted. They didn't help you clean the way you wanted. They didn't do anything they didn't do it. So instead of just saying, well, they didn't, so I will, you are sitting on a bus traveling to your death saying, oh, I can't do it because they should have. They should have helped me. I can't do it because they should have known. They should blah, 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 right? No, I will. You know what? They should have maybe helped me. They should have supported me. Maybe they should have said something when I got off the bus, but it wasn't their responsibility to get me off the bus. It wasn't their responsibility. It's my responsibility. So I will get off the bus. I will communicate like, hey, next time when we get to this stop, can you let me know that it's time to get off the bus? I want your support on this. And if they don't do it, guess what? I will still get off the bus. I will. Because you can only control you. So it's not about what they do for you. It's not about how they show up for you. It's about what you are willing to do for yourself. So when other people don't show up the way that you need, other people don't do the things that you're expecting or how you expected, let them. And instead of focusing on what they should be doing, which is a huge distraction from what you should be doing. I hope you pay attention to this because this is something that a lot of people do is like, I want this, I want here, I want this goal, I want to go on this journey. But now that this person didn't support me or that this person didn't help me the way I wanted, I have now shifted my attention to them and what they should have done and micromanaging their lives and their responses. It is garbage. It will get you nowhere. I will. They should. Okay, I will. They should have given me that money. I will. Oh, they didn't pick up my kids this weekend. They were supposed to. They should have picked up my kids. That co-parent, I will. I'll take it on. I got this. I will. They should have helped me with this report at work. They didn't. I will. I will. I will. Because I'm going to take pride in my life. I'm going to take pride in my goals. I'm going to take pride in what I want. I'm not going to let myself get distracted by what they didn't do or what they did or what they should have done because it's irrelevant to you. So shift your your mindset, reframe your words from they should, allowing yourself to get distracted and focusing on them, and shift it to I will. They should. Okay, they should have, but now I get to. Now I get to. Instead of now I have to, now I get to. Now I get the opportunity to step up. Now I get the opportunity to know when to get off the bus. I get the opportunity to go on the journey. I get the opportunity to learn new skills because they didn't do their part. I get to learn how to do that. I will. I will keep showing up even if they don't. I will keep showing up even if it's hard. I will keep showing up even if I ask them and they don't respect it. I will. I will set the boundary. I will communicate what I need. I will communicate as best I can. And then if they choose to not respond to that communication, I still will. I still will. And that's what I want from you. And that's what I hope for you. And that's what I loved about this book, is talking about not just the let them, not just the let them, but really allowing myself to shift into this let me. Let me, not just let them. Let them. Let them. Let them. I let them. Okay, sorry. But seriously, I feel like the let them is something that I've already embraced heavily. I let my ex-husband do things that I wouldn't do at my house. I let my friends and my friends, I have very different opinions on a lot of different things. I let them. It's not my life. It's not my business. But I wasn't fully doing the let me part. I wasn't fully getting that grit back that I used to have. That was like, I know that they didn't, but I will. I will. They didn't support me. They don't want to come with me. I was always okay that they didn't want to come with me, but I also stopped pushing. So maybe in the back of my mind, in a real subconscious way, I was still scared. I was still playing small. And I'm not going to do it anymore. And I don't want you to do it anymore. So I encourage you. I say we pledge today together, you and me right now. We're going to say, like, I am going to let them. I'm going to let them win. And I'm going to support them and I'm going to be proud of them. And then I'm going to let me figure out what I need to do to win. I'm going to let them stay behind. I'm going to let them to choose a path that I don't want to be on anymore. And then I'm going to let me take one step in the path I want to go. I'm going to let them be where they want to be, and then I'm going to choose to keep going. I'm going to choose to just start without their permission. And I'm going to choose to stop focusing on what they aren't doing, the people that I want on the journey with me, and they're not doing exactly how I want, or they're not supporting me the way I'd like, or they're not respecting the boundaries the way I'd want. I'm going to stop focusing on that, and I'm going to say, it's not about what they should be doing. It's about what I have control over and what I will do. I will either respect my own boundaries and keep going, or I'll let them be who they are and love them for who they are. But it will not stop me from where I am going, from who I'm going to be, from the goals that I have. Whether you're ahead of me, whether you're behind me, or whether you're next to me, I am in control of my life still. I'm going to let you win. And I'm going to be proud of you, and I'm going to support you. I'm going to let you stay behind, and I'm going to be proud of you, and I'm going to support you because that's the life you choose. That's what fits you. You don't want to get sober, don't get sober. You don't want to grow, don't grow. And I'm going to choose to love you and leave you where you're at. The same way I would choose to love you and leave you if you're ahead of me. I'm not going to pull you back. I'm not going to say, hey, I'm still back here. Wait for me. Get back here. I wouldn't want that. I'm going to let you win. I'm going to support you. I'm going to cheer you on. I'm going to let you stay if you want to stay. And I'm going to let you maybe not support me exactly how I want, but I will not let any three of you slow me down anymore. I am on my own journey. So let me take action in my life, and let you take action in your life. So we're going to pinky promise right now. Put your pinky out. Maybe we're going to pretend that my hand's the left hand. Your hand is the right hand. Put your pinkies together. We are pinky promising right now. We are pinky promising right now that we are going to let them, and then, most importantly, we're going to let me. We're going to let me. We're going to actually take action in our life. We're going to stop waiting for permission. We're going to stop waiting for approval, support, all that stuff. We're done. Let me. You know what you're capable of. You know who you were meant to be. And you're allowing this. You're allowing this to slow you down. the jealousy of the people above you, the fear of losing the ones behind you, the anger of the ones that aren't supporting you exactly how you want, let it go. You were meant for so much more than being trapped in this cycle of comparison. Let them, and then let you. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of Addicted to Quitting, where we are focusing on quitting the habits that are no longer serving us so we can elevate our health, our habits, and our happiness. I am so excited to be back. I appreciate you all for listening today, and I believe in you. We got this. Keep going. Much love to my favorite quitters.